So hello, Myrmonden here, welcome to my review of My Hero Academia episode 2002. I found it a pretty decent episode, not the best. First of all, the first 10 or so minutes is comedy, right? And nothing wrong with that, but it's clearly a lot of fillers. But the beginning is really awesome. We see Midnight Sensei versus Mountain Lady. That filler part, I don't think the manga at all. That was completely hilarious. And I'll say that Mineta, like, yes, my dream is true! And Mineta is like, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever! That was awesome, that was really awesome. And if the 10 minutes had kept that level of comedy, like that level, yeah, it would be awesome, right? But instead, it was like, it definitely did lack some like punchlines there. I know some of that is in the manga, or I guess at least most of it is in the manga, but the pacing was bad. I think that's probably it. So for 10 minutes, they sit and study for the exam, right? But that probably should have been more like 5 minutes. They clearly had like, so you want to see in there, I don't have a pen, because I live in the future, but like, where's a pen? But here they have the thing, was like, it was like a really weird scene there, when we see Bakugo, like pressing his penalties, doing the pen on the race thing. And then we see someone else doing it, and I was like, that still was just ridiculous. Like, we saw that, and there was some faces, I was like, come on, this scene here, it's like a half a minute of like, of this thing, and yeah, that was bad. Like, that particular part was bad. So I think a problem with the first half that was that the beginning was amazing, of course, Mother Lady, and after the opening, we had the jokes there, they established kind of who's in the ranking of the school and so on, of their class. And that was kind of funny, and they see different reactions. Yashiro, of course, Moyashi is the best one, and she's like, oh, people want my help, finally I can be here, and that was funny and cute and so on, right? Bakugo actually being really high ranked, and yada yada, so that's pretty good. But after that, it kind of dropped the ball, right? Because kind of like, they really padded out. Okay, Yashiro is super rich, so you get to that place, and she comes and has really nice tea for everyone. That was funny, so, but I felt that every scene could have been quicker. Every scene was like, this could probably be half in the same length and give the same joke, right? And especially in the ending, you see like repenting, so that really bothered me. So that was a little unfortunate. And also, of course, because we know, at least I know, it's a new arc starting in this episode, and it's like, man, delayed last week, and now we have this like 10 minutes of nothing actually happening, and then there also was some flashbacks. I will say right away here, that wasn't good either, to be honest. Like, they had some flashbacks there, that wasn't very good to have. We already had, I would say, arguably at least 5 minutes of filler. Then we have like 2 minutes of flashback when they're talking to them. So that was like, But after that, we finally get to the actual new arc, right? Which is gonna be that they're gonna fight the teachers. So it's a really good arc. I think it's gonna be really exciting. Of course, obviously the best fight is gonna be Mineta versus Midnight Sensei. And it's like, yeah, I wanna fight that woman. I won't do anything dirty, like at all. Like, like that is so awesome. I just love that. I was like, oh yeah, that's just gonna be great. So see this mashup, right? This is gonna be a really, I think, really exciting last episode now of the season of My Hero in the next episode and forward, right? And there only is like 3-4 episodes left, right? So yeah, we feel kind of strange now. A lot of animes going to be closed off here, but I think they're gonna have the whole arc in the rest episode. It's not that long of an arc. Mainly, it's gonna fight them. And it's not, the ending was really cool. At the last scene, it looked really cool with Floppy and Tokuyama being surrounded by ectoplasm clone sensei. But at the same time, the tension is really low, right? Because they are fighting the teachers and they're gonna actually hurt the students. So it's gonna be like, yeah. So, but it's like a good arc. And so you see the first battle then was with Riot, and I cannot remember the suger. He never is shown. This is probably the most screen time he's ever had and ever will gonna have. It's my prediction of that guy. Yeah, like, must have some sugar. He never has. Same with the guy that can't. The mute guy. He never. Yeah, he has like this one chapter that he's like shown like 3 pages pretty much or something. Yeah, it's like he's never shown either. So anyway, they're both muscular guys, right? And they get the war effect. So that was pretty cliche though, but that was pretty good. Like they clearly went out there. They're pretty strong. They're like, yeah, they're pretty good guys. And then of course they get crushed by Cement Sensei right away. So we're showing that, oh shit, the teachers are serious. They're gonna fight with full power. Right? Yeah, that's kind of classic worf thing, right? So you're gonna have that like that shock value effect of seeing previous established characters being defeated easily, and then all of the teachers are gonna be good as well. So next week, for example, I think it's gonna be a really good battle in the anime. It's gonna be Todoroki and Yasuro versus Eraser's Head, right? I think it's gonna be a good point, both battle-wise, also for her. Because we see in this episode as well, she's still like down on her, I don't know, like Yasuo's very skilled, number 1 in school apparently. It's also was extremely talented, very cool quirk, like transformation, like creating stuff out of molecules, whatever her quirk is, yeah. But she lacks a lot of I don't know, self-confidence, I guess, mainly, yeah. So it's gonna be a lot about that, pushing her, right? And of course for Sam, but yeah, like teachers have put pretty much the worst combatant, right? So it's gonna motivate her to be better. Same as All Might's gonna of course fight Deku and Bakugo, because they both hate each other, so they'll be in the same team. And they're gonna fight their hero, their idol, so they can be like, oh, can you beat him? And they motivate them to be better, right? I love that scene. That scene was great. I mean, the episode has some really good moments. I love that scene in Bakugo there, when it's like, yeah, put all this weight, so it's hard it is for you boys. Like, don't look down on me, oh man, I'm gonna beat you. I was like, I love that scene. He was like, don't do it, I want to do full power. It's like that is Bakugo for you. Give me the full power fight. Oh, I love that. That was really awesome. I mean, Bakugo is probably, yeah, it's my favorite character, and I think every season is great. Like, say when he's screaming Deku there, oh, I saw you using that quirk a new way. What is that? You couldn't do it before. You're lying to me and so on. Yeah, and then it's like, like you to the rookie, gonna get you all. Like I'm gonna, and he leaves, right? It's like, and I was like, yeah, he's a nice guy. Like, yeah, I just love him, and he's really high in the student points as well, right? In the class normal curriculum. So yeah, great guy. But yeah, that has a good point. That was great. Again, the first minute was really, really funny. And some jokes were pretty good. I do think that overall, the whole like studying wasn't that good, actually. And I don't think it's that good in the manga either. I can't remember if I read the manga. But yeah, like, I probably should go read the manga before I did. I think it's pretty much mediocre even in that. So, definitely felt like a build-up episode, right? Like, come on. Get us to the fights. Gets to the battles, especially also as the first battle. But I think that's just more fact. But yeah, even the first battle in itself is just like setting up that, okay, these guys just lost, so we got like a no real battle. Next week we're gonna get some really, really good battles, right? I think. But this was like, oh, they lost. But that at the same time is purposely done. So we will, okay, this is gonna be a real battle. So I don't know. So I think a pretty mediocre episode. It reminds me of the middle part episode when they were doing a shitty thing, which was funny and tricky to be shitty, but they also had a thing that they're panning out the jokes too much. I think that's also an issue with every anime. And take the manga, right, and it's like, okay, here's one page, and this is a joke, one page, another joke, and then it's like some story, and then it's like another joke page, like doing that thing, like a panel of jokes. And they do this thing in the anime, and they're like, okay, that page was like 2 jokes. And then they make that in like 2 full minutes, like 1 full minute, and it doesn't really work. I mean, the joke is still kind of have the same level of comedy, usually better than anime. Most things are, if they had a perfect pacing and everything and sound effects, I think it's better than anime. So it's just a little funnier in the anime, but because they're dragging it out, right? They're dragging that out. There should have been like half a minute of animation or max 1 minute. They make it like 2 minutes, and they really drag that scene out. Suddenly, everything just even lacks some of the comedy, because like it should be the Deku say this thing, and then you read this thing, and then you laugh at the next comment. Like, read Deku's line, read like the transformation girl's line, read Deku's reaction, laugh. That should be, you laugh at the third comment. You know, it's like watch Deku's thing, right? See her reaction of Deku, and then that scene is like, yeah, and then that scene is much dragged out. So you laugh a bit. But then that scene is like dragged out for like half a minute more. And then it should be another comment, maybe from the Rikara or maybe from Bakugo or something on the next page. It should be, that's great commentary. But then the scene is dragged out, and then you see Bakugo and that, and that's like, yeah, it's funny. So they cannot even lose some of the comedy because of the time wise between it, right? So I think that's a big problem with this anime has actually. But it's exactly the same thing with the cheerleader filler part when they're doing the random games around on the arena. Had the exact same thing there, that they also had the jokes that are supposed to be there but dragged out, and then there was some random stuff happening there. But that was better though, I felt, because they also threw in like 5 or so minutes of complete filler, like completely unrelated to the actual manga, right? They just created this new game, and we see like, let's do this boulder thing and so on, or have to do thing, and that actually makes it better, because then the animators and the anime director can be like, okay, I need to just create 5 minutes story out here. These are the characters. I have here. Let's do this, this, and this, and then the pacing is better, right? And you get a better feel for it. The transition is better because they actually created that for the anime. Here, like the first scene here shows that the first scene here was filler. Midnight versus Mountain Lady, but that was really awesome. This made a joke happen, right? Animation was on point. You see the squeeze, everything there was like, you know, commentary joke, reaction, Mineta joke, yes, like that, right? Like it should be. But then we see the old thing here. They then take the manga and you stretch it out, right? And you get the same thing there, typical anime padding issue. So anyway, see you next week and have a great day.